Yeah.
What is it?
I'm about to start streaming.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of stream? Game stream?
Game
Development?
Game development.
Yeah. By Twitch or?
Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, so I joined this challenge called the 100 Days of Game Development, and each day you're supposed to work on games a little bit. So I thought I would stream my game development for an hour. Well, that reminds me, I got something nice for streaming for 7 days. I got a badge.
So it's the 7 days in a row?
Yeah, and they do it every week. I'm going to open that link, actually. I'm going to grab that. This is mine now. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
You have to put this on your streaming screen or something.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Like, yeah, guys, look at this. It's a Godot project. It's in C# technically. I'm not using any C# code, but here I'll put in assets. New folder called Discord badges. Just because the person who hosted it, they say. Like this, I guess this is all run through a Discord, and like they have a bunch of rules and stuff set up for it.
So it's sent by automatically, like.
Or not? Someone actually sent me a personal message with an image. So, but there's quite a few people up here actually. No, see, I got 5 minutes, but there are a total of 27 people who have done 7 days straight, or 7 days of game.
So there's another.
And there's a total of 29 plus 9, so 32 people who are actually a part of the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, I think the Discord is supporting the streaming feature, isn't it?
Something like that. I'm not sure. Something. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can detect that I'm using OBS to stream, and it sets itself to like a streamer mode. Add another image. But my OBS has been acting kind of weird lately. Image to.
Actually, there's one of my friends. Sometimes streaming on his game development. So
yeah,
I can tell him
to come join the
there
challenge.
is a challenge like this. Maybe give some motivation.
And say, you could even join too if you felt interested. Fuck. My.
Now, recently I'm kind of losing
interest in games.
Yeah, losing interest in games. So I don't know.
That's okay. One of my weird projects, one of the weird things that I'm doing for our project, our actual project, is that I'm trying to use a game engine to make software.
As long as it works, it's nothing about it.
And then I want to write about
it. 9?
Yeah, start at 9. As soon as I. God, my OBS has been acting very weird. No, not Digipen projects.
You don't have any assignments?
I do, but I'm ahead-ish. My next assignment is due on Thursday, or I might have done the one on Thursday, and I have one due on Friday. Yeah, one thing that I learned from like last year being here at Digipen is that like you just need to be ahead of your assignments, to be like to have a normal life. It murders me.
So look at me, I cannot live like normally because I have graphics assignment.
Yeah, oh my god.
Which is very tough.
See, I'm retaking my introduction to graphics because it was so hard.
Your BSCS.
Yeah.
Do you have,
Yeah.
do you have to take that?
I did just one class on graphics. God damn it.
What's
Get,
the...
ah! I will. Okay. I just want to grab the image, guys. I just want to grab the image, guys. I may just start like this. No. Here's what I'll do. Like, Control C.
Ooh.
Hey everybody. Hey, no, doing good. I'm just adding or pasting reference, paste duplicate. That wasn't the one I wanted. Messing around with my OBS is doing something weird, which I don't necessarily enjoy. Let me go back over here. I'm trying to grab this badge thing. Oh, it's called badge. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's doing something super weird. Like,
oh my god.
it keeps grabbing all the wrong things, and I have to like
Yes.
Control C. Does that work? Paste duplicate. Nope. I get a badge for yeah, I guess I might as well explain what's going on. I got a badge for completing 7 days of game development, and I want to show it. I guess you could see it from the other page. Also, I kind of want to put it like let's see, up here.
Yeah.
My finger. I'm gonna put it up here. But my like, it's not my mouse or my system. It's just OBS. Is acting super weird. But hi there.
Did you get a green kill marker?
Remove. Yes, remove this image. It's all I did was click. All I did was left click, and this came up. There we go. Back to here. Try to grab the badge.
Can you just drag them?
Maybe. I don't think I can drag it between. Here, I'll put it right here next to my face. Ah. Paste reference. There we go. See,
What's wrong?
it's just
It's
it's just
done?
grabbing everything. Like,
Oh.
I can't get it to stop from grabbing everything. Computers. Come on. Okay. Badge only. Just the badge. There we go. See, it's just grabbing on everything. But I'll manage.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Resize it.
If someone requested it,
Hope everything. Ah.
yeah, you did try.
Is the call
No, I did, right? And then, because I was like, because I knew that if I it would
Maybe it just doesn't like that I don't have my mouse hooked up.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have a mouse. I'll plug that in. It's eating up precious time. I only have an hour to stream. I want to keep on that metric so I can like understand just how fast I actually get work done. It's been a success so far. I think everything but the this is doing it too. Resize it. Enable preview. Yeah, it's just I don't understand why it's doing things like this. Scale, preview scaling. Nope. Can I scale from here? Transform. Edit transform.
Edit, transform.
There we go. Stay right there. Stay right there. We're gonna make the size like 60. I got 10th of this. 61 tab 61. That's a little too small.
Yeah.
120. 120.
So that's the streaming tray.
Yeah, I'm using a. There we go. Now that'll block more of my stuff, but position in the X, that's pretty close to where I want it. Or I'll just drag it where I want it, and then record it. There we go.
Or put that in our chest on the.
There we go.
Yeah, normals. Increase your
I once had, yeah,
Okay, I swear, like when I get out of OBS, it'll be fine. But hey, look, I got a badge. 7 days. Congratulations. Hey,
Great.
hey, say that's my dad who's on right now. He's watching. He wanted to show my mom because they haven't seen me in a while, and I got a new hairstyle. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about. Okay. Back. I would say, can you hear me fine, or is there like too much background noise?
You don't know how to
Okay, so I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Keep up with that.
Thanks. So today, my plan was to get the blocks moving on the screen. I did a little bit of pseudocoding and I did a little bit of research on that before I started. I think it's gonna go something like as I request for a. Ooh, it might be as I request the player requests to move, the player notices that he's gonna move onto a spot where the crates are. Then it's gonna emit a signal that the crate will be able to listen to, and the crate will request if it can move, and if it can move, then I have to. I may have to return a function. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, my plan was to use a signal to say, hey, I need to move this block, and if this block can move, then move it. But then I have to also let the grid know that that block was moved, and now it's okay for the player to move. So I'm gonna start coding that right now, and then I'll fix the bugs as they come. So in the grid. Hey.
I heard you are streaming.
I am.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, you are streaming with the cam?
Yeah, with the webcam. I'm doing a challenge called the 100 Days of Game Dev, and I'm on my 8th day. I'm making a Rockoban style game, so like you get to move your block around, and that's how you solve the puzzle.
That's so cool. Are you using Godot engine?
Yes.
That's so cool.
I'm trying. I tried to use the C# version before, but it didn't. There was less supported on the C# version than the regular scripting version, so I had to switch over.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, GDScript was the original main language for the Godot engine.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a fan of Godot.
I tried several times. It was never successful. But
I'm with you. I'm gonna change this enum variable to crate. I've been wanting to call them crates and not boxes. Oh yeah, I guess I also have to change that in the pond really quick. Box. Just to keep it the same. Save. So if you're requesting to move and you're on a crate, you're just going to emit a signal. I'm gonna put the signal in my globals, in my global events. Yeah.
one thing, wait, mind you, if you can tell me the channel name,
Yeah.
Oh, you're watching it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. If you wanna sit over here and find it while I stream, that's fine.
Or if you're on category or programming or something, I can just find it.
Okay. I've
Sorry, sorry about it.
No, you're good. Hey, here we go. Here's my Twitch name, MTA the Farmer. And hey, if you feel like you want to join the challenge, also I'd watch your stream because that's what we do for each other.
Sure.
And that goes for anybody who's watching right now. If you guys are thinking about streaming your game development, I'm super interested in like learning the different different ways that people do it.
I mean, I used to do stream for a few days ago.
It just takes a good community. Yeah.
I'm just following you.
Okay. Block. What are block move? It's like the signal is going to be called block move, and it's going to take in your direction. And I'm going to need this right here to ignore the warning that I'm actually not using it in this script, but I'm going to be using it throughout the rest of my program. That's what the global events are for, so like everybody can listen to them. So create, yeah, and all I have to say now is emit signal, and it's gonna show up down here somewhere, maybe not. Create move like that. I hope so. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Block move. Gosh, I want to say crates. I want to stop calling them blocks because everything's blocking on this. Crates are a better descriptor. No, the crate's moving. So now what I can do is I can go to this box. My box is just it's nothing. But it has a sprite. Can I attach a sprite to it? Instead of having this tile, I'll attach a sprite. Wait, this tile where it is? I'll get rid of that tile and put a sprite there instead. So, like, and I'll add a child, which is going to be, well, I can click and drag them from down here. Banner, environment, ground, player, tile sheet, ground, nope, environment, crates. Oh, these might be huge crates. These are the huge crates. I need to go and replace those with the smaller crates. I want my files to be as small as possible so that when it actually, I learned something new yesterday. I can actually grab it from the tile sheet and use it that way. That is a smarter move. So I can get rid of all of these images, and my binary file or my executable will just be smaller. Oh, it's follow, not describe. Yeah, it's different for different channels, which is weird. That's weird to kind of get used to, but so the tile sheet, if I just add the whole tile sheet, I'll still call it crate image. Create image, or I'll use texture. I like the word texture better because I'm grabbing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7th one, and I'll grab it from the animation. I set these off as 13 by 8, I believe, if I remember correctly. Well, it goes the other way around, 8 by 13.
You look so disturbed.
You see how it's like 13, and this is 8 by 13, and I can choose which one. 8 blue. Let me look really close at this guy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was close. So actually 6, because it starts at 0. Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. I don't know. Oh, I should scroll up to see how much I'm actually like covering up of that crate texture. Boom. And then center this at 0, 0 because it's using relative position, and voila. I now have a crate, and I can duplicate that and put it on the rest of the boxes. So now whenever I copy a box, it'll have this crate texture on it. That's the way I want it, because okay, yeah, I'm like, wait, why did I do that? I know why. Because I can, I was thinking before that, oh, these guys already have a script, they shouldn't be, if I change the script, then they won't have the one that they're on. But I can use a form of inheritance to actually use the components of that script to make the actual crate script, very much so like I did the player. Hey there, Double Gun. Double Eugene, my bad. What's up? How's it going? Yeah. Names. These are crates. These are not boxes. Crate 2. Crate 3. A lot of work just to get the box to move. Okay. New script. I'm gonna place it down here. New script. I'm gonna call it crate script. Default path. Class name. Crate.gd. Create. Let's go over here. Well, let's open it up. Right now, a default extends a node, but I need to change that to a pawn, my pawn script, pawn GD, so that they now inherit these enum types, that's these tile types. And let's see, what else did my player do? My player had an ID, but that was for the controller. Oh, I can now go onto the crate since it has a type. It's already on crate, like it already knows. That's really weird. I'm gonna zoom this up a little bit. There. Okay. That's super weird. Well, yep, and they're all crates. Make sure my players are still players. Weird that it knows.
Somewhere this is breaking.
But now that
AFK guy doesn't have a script.
wait, no, I was saying this isn't even my okay. Weird that it was just on crate. Or maybe sorry, I had already put them on crate. That's why that was weird. I'm gonna go ahead and drag my actual crate script onto the crate. There. And now I can change it to crate. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable when things happen and I didn't necessarily direct it to be that way. So I always have that questioning attitude. Especially in programming. If you didn't do it yourself, like, did I just switch the color theme of the editor? Yeah, I did. Actually, funny story, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to choose Godot, was because I could switch the color of the editor. I had tried Unreal when I was first learning C++, and it was way too much for me to learn while also learning C++, so I ended up quitting that, and I picked up Unity. And after using Unity for a couple days, I just wasn't feeling having that grayscale user interface. So I decided to look for another one, and I found Godot searching online, and I stuck with it, and it's been like three-ish years of me using Godot and being comfortable with it. And because I'm so comfortable with it now, it's just my like de facto game engine. Even though I could go and use Unity, or could go back and, like, now that I'm more comfortable with C++, go back and do Unreal, I just feel more comfortable using Godot as a game engine. Okay. So there I'm emitting the signal. I need to connect to it. I think I just used the word connect. There we go. Connect. Oh, and it doesn't have it up there. I'm gonna copy my player. I did this once successfully, and I'm gonna do it again. Connect. Input dot connect. That's not the one I want. I want regular connect, or like get parent dot connect. How do I want to connect this? Oh, it might be like, what am I connecting it to? I'm connecting this to myself. It will look something like self.connect. I don't have to write self, it's implied, just like this. And then create move, and it passes in the direction. So, create move, it takes in a target, which is myself, and then a function for it. So what do I want to name this function for? Moving the crate. Move the crate. I swear I'm the best at naming these. And it takes in, I remember it takes in a direction. And we're gonna, there's gonna be a funk. Yeah. Or it should probably be in the same move the crate. I'll do on move the crate. There we go. And I'll spell funk right. There. And then we'll pass that in as the name. On move the crate. I think there's another way to do that also. Or it might be in C#. Binds and flags. None of those. Connect like that. And then for now I'll just pass this because I want to make sure that I wrote the code right for my signal. If I didn't, I will receive errors. Let me go ahead, turns a value but ignored. Yep, let's go ahead and grab that. It's good to listen to your errors. I think I do if there is an error, then just print error.
Yeah, so I didn't get that one. Disable file crashed right after that last one.
Boom. And then dir is never used. We're going to ignore that for now because I'm going to be using dir in a second. Pawn, grid. Okay, yeah, just making sure. So, make signal, create move. I moved. Okay, now what? Create will say this. I'll print a message to make sure to check if it worked. Moved the crate.
I mean, okay, you don't need a camera, but you need a projector.
Yeah. So let's check it out. Or you know what? Well, I don't think the player can move on the crates yet, but oh, I disconnected that from my mouse. Get my mouse out of there. Yeah, one thing I worked on that took me 2 days that I'm kind of happy about is you can see when your controller gets connected. Boop. Yeah. Oh, look at all those debug errors. You see that when I hit the move button? It's like, get 3,000, you get like 10 more. There's never used. Object to attempt to connect to non-existent crate move method and Node2D on move crate. Can't emit non-existent signal. Ah, so I remember something that I was forgetting. If I want to connect, or if I want to emit this signal, I have to say like globals. I have to actually, there's a variable for my globals and I have to say it. So like globals, global events. That seems about right. And that's why it wasn't coming up before when I called emit signal. That makes sense. Let's try it again. It's gonna clear my debugger. Yeah, okay, it cleared. So let's move up there. Oh, I got 4 already. 31, 31. I am getting all these errors. Object, attempt to connect non-existent signal crate move to method no T on move the crate. So what else am I messing up? Maybe my UI has, it. Also this.
So
Control C.
yeah, so the position is just the
there we go.
perspective matrix times
I don't want that. I knew I wrote a better error message, but in UI.
yeah.
So like on the player controller connected, I think global events connect. It's both ways.
Well,
Global events dot connect. So lessons learned. I'll make sure to write this down. Global events. Global events has to be used when you're both connecting and you're emitting the signal.
I don't exactly remember what is the model.
I've never had
Emitting.
Okay. Yeah, and you don't need to change that.
Yeah, we always all our links.
Yeah. So now let's try. Let's see if I get more errors this time. I think what I should be seeing is that the player just moves onto the crate. Nope. Or debug messages. What do I got? Watch me hit like method expected 1 argument but called with 0. I'm just messing this up all over the place. So I emit the signal, but I forgot to give it an argument. And start. So I have the direction I want to move. It's funny because I'm gonna be like I feel like I'm gonna be doing something pseudo recursive, and I'm gonna move, or if it's gonna feel recursive, I'm gonna be passing that direction right back to this function, but with a different pawn. So, yeah. Or like I'm gonna have some code that's very similar to how the player moves, that I just have to copy. There we go, move the crate, and I still have the one debug issue, which it was that I'm not using direction. Okay, and it moved it like 3 bajillion times, so that's kind of what I expected. Yeah, now that I have this function working, the next part of my pseudocode was to do movement very similar to how the player's doing movement. And they only allow you to move on. They just request you remove from the grid, and the grid really only allows you to move on empty spaces. So, I'm just gonna look at my player and see how you did it. So get input, we don't have that, but we do have this new position to request move self. Copy paste code. Bad, can be bad if you're making mistakes like me all over the place. Okay, and then I need to check that new position. It's mad at me like crazy. Why are you mad at me? D is not in the current scope. You're right, D isn't, but direction is. There. Nah. See, if new position is valid, then I'm just gonna set it for now. I know there should be some like animation that I should do, but I can work on that later. New position. So I'm not gonna move. This is attached to the. Okay, I don't need to get the parent. Get parent request. Get parent request remove is for the grid, but this is the actual node that I'm moving. So I can just say position equals new position. And I think I should be able to move a crate. One instance that I'm concerned about is when I recall request to move, and my type is the type of the crate. So request to move, and I go back over to the grid, and it goes through all of this right here. I keep pointing on my screen like people can see that, but it'll be like, hey, I have the pawn in the direction, it'll do this just fine. It'll get where that crate is with this right here, and it'll look at the type that it has. So if it has a crate, it's going to ask the crate to move again, which is, I think, broken. I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna see how broken. Update pawn position. Yeah, or maybe I should just use this right here, like.
This is by the guy who did
I can still call that too, actually.
Bustin, the ghost.
How broken have I made this? We'll see. Okay, now it's time to move. It moved all of them and made copies. And where are those copies coming from, actually? I don't have a way to restart my game, but okay, some of them stopped moving and some of them did not stop moving. Let's restart that. Let's see what happens when I move this one and it creates a copy. Weird. And down.
Yes. Also.
I have no idea where this crate is at. Like, some of these crates are magical.
Yeah, no, we have to hit it because
Happy about that.
Is that a tile? That just may be a tile on the screen that I forgot to get rid of. Let's get rid of that. Very, very hard to get rid of. That works. Wait, how many are there?
User interpretation.
Paint. Erase.
It's okay, August. You don't need to know. Just hold his hand.
Crate texture. Oh, all my crate textures are right here. I'm like, I swear I got rid of it. So makes more sense. Transform 0 tag 0. Why are you up there? Why are you up there? Or you're not up there. You're up there. So let's bring this crate back down. Yeah, really gotta be careful about editing these things. Crate texture.
No. Oh yeah, I had one yesterday too.
Transform.
Is that it right there? Yes.
0 tab 0.
I don't think I did very
There we go.
I wrote it in a single night and I was very tired.
Okay, now let's check me moving all the blocks. Or duplicating blocks again?
What gives you that? But our space,
0 tab 0. Okay.
Ooh. Are you trying to figure out how to partition?
So I have I'm trying to yeah.
Fine, right there.
So I'm using fscanf, which is like
Fine, right there. These aren't exact. That's probably my problem, actually. Like the fact that these aren't exact, or part of my problem.
amount
But
of arguments
I'm hoping for
successfully.
not multiples.
So if I have a face
I'm getting
that is only
multiples.
3, it should see this and go, well, I had this.
I feel like it's because it's technically on 2 spots,
Well,
and
this
I
is
should,
because I want this full.
to fix
And
that,
then
I
this
can
one,
just snap them.
3.
Solo's pulling
Yeah.
Like when they get loaded in, they get loaded in
Doesn't.
together.
So right now I have it loading in.
Use snap and then
So
set
the
my
quad has 2
use
faces.
pixel snap.
So
Configure my
it's
snap.
just to the end of it, and I have no
0
faces.
0 and my
Which one did it run?
Everybody else will have.
my grid step should be
I modified 50.
I want to say 16 by 16 because that's half the size.
Neither.
Okay, well then that's your problem. Why?
That's
Oh.
what if I said 32 by 32?
Yeah, because these are just images. Yeah.
Snap to
I mean,
grid,
they can be
smart snapping,
What happened?
snap.
Oh wait.
The size of my textures of the boxes for the grid is 13 by 30 or 32 by 32, or 64 by 64 actually. And what about now? I'm gonna use 64 by 64. I'm gonna keep going up until I get this right for a couple minutes.
Where will that be?
64 by 64 and starting at 0 0.
Okay, well there's some file in here.
Yeah, no, I know the file's not dollar else.
I'm getting there.
Like, it's worked before when.
Grab and pull, grab and pull.
But like I'm like if I read in if I read in the square that is just a triangle with 4 faces.
I'm getting there. Use rotation snap, snap relative.
Wow.
Yes, I said that last round.
Nah.
I didn't use that.
Someone else grab
I
it.
used that get line, and then I just compared the line to it. So I don't know.
Use
So
pixel
this
snap.
returns the arguments, and if there are 4 arguments in this should be hopefully right.
Use snap to grid, pixel snap.
I press melee. That's so annoying. Exactly.
Well, here. I know.
Ah, yeah.
Let's
Left,
make.
left in the building. He's outside their side.
So that's like in the center.
I liked you. I liked your face. I didn't see him move there. Wow.
And I want it to be offset probably by negative 32.
These guys are trash.
Configure snap. In the X direction, so negative 32. Is that a valid? Close.
So this is 3. And
Boom,
then
that's
this is
pretty
supposed to
close.
be Quad, so that's correct.
I'm not gonna put one there because I want to be able to move. So
then why
there,
is
let's
not equal to 4.
let's see where that's
Go
at.
down one?
Yeah, so it should
Pushing the house.
step over.
Someone.
And then it should go into here.
And then crate number 1.
Hit check again.
I'm gonna move it a little bit anyway to make sure. In crate 3,
3
zoom out.
here.
Oh, see if this is actually. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, 2 on the right.
Or like. Jesus.
What about that? Is that gonna give me duplicates or like crazy
Yeah, I
amounts?
kind of get what you're saying.
That was a good mix up. Yeah, that was good.
It does.
'Cause I could just.
Alright,
What
let's
if I
keep
move
the
this one?
formation and then execute
Oh.
the plan according to where they go.
Crate
If they go
1.
to the house, then let's do the flank
Here.
Otherwise,
Am I
hang
just
out close to
super
the back.
Oh.
messed up on this?
Alright, push in the house.
No,
Right.
I'm not. Why is it making multiple crates?
Oh, because you use base 2 here. No.
Okay, it fixed itself. Ah, but I'm moving them all.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about
We don't need to know about this right now. We just want to see
it. Yeah, I want to see if it gets.
it goes in there.
Put down.
I want to move them individually.
Okay.
The face result is
Continue.
3. Yeah, continue.
Oh, boom, we got in there. Booyah.
Hmm. Do I make them a scene to make them move individually? I think
Yeah, still.
so.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got it.
I'm gonna guess it's just.
So let's save branches scene. We'll call it crate scene.
So this is the.
We'll put it in my prefabs. Another one. A crate.
It's not drawing anything, you're saying?
Well, no, it was. It just wasn't
There.
getting.
And
stuff
then
to
I'll delete this
so
one.
I'm gonna guess that.
Delete this one.
That this just
There.
was evaluating.
And then my
some-
instance, a new one, it should create another one.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
this returns
Yeah.
the correct argument.
I don't know what's up with the block.
I mean,
But I'm figuring it out.
this is
What
what
I think what was going on is because I duplicated the image, or either it's either because the duplicate image was because I had them on the same position, and the way that my grid works, it thought that they both were on the same on two different grid positions and made two.
If I know how to
I'm-
have 4 arguments in the face thing,
I'm not sure, but if I duplicate it now, and then I'll move my second crate, called crate 2,
Star Wars. You have.
and they should have technically like two different scripts going on, and they should move independently of each other. Or, hey look, the duplicate is back, and it's still moving them both.
if you're gonna
Hmm.
calculate the vertex normals by
Yeah,
yourself,
this one's not moving because it sees that there's a player there.
Yeah, so then why do we care about this?
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that for this,
I can move them
I'm
both.
going to have to
Oh,
have,
broke it.
um,
Stack overflow. Ah,
For this one,
that's because of the me recursively calling
like this.
request move. I do know that for sure.
Maybe the backslash.
Maybe that's not the solution.
Or the first thing in the backslash. So
Uh,
like, that would be percent %u. Who cares what these are? Percent %u. Who cares what
I'll say that was my pseudocode.
I can always just like say,
That goes that out the window. Maybe I shouldn't be emitting a signal, but maybe I should just move the block like that it's on. I'm given the pawn in the direction, so I could get another pawn per se. Get pawn cell position, ready, request move, update pawn. It would be similar to this function up here. For me to get the new pawn, it would be a get pawn, and you pass it the position. I'll pass him. And it's the grid position. Is it the grid position? It is. Say roll to map is not the grid position. I can make them both, but we'll make it match this one. I just loop through every child that's in the grid, looking for the one that's at that position. Target. Actually, I wanted to be in grip. I wanted to be in grip position. I'm gonna make that known. I want the grip position. And if I need the other one, then I'll make it, because I have that target. I have that target value. Oh, both are in map coordinates, which is what I want, or grid coordinates. Grid. Yeah. So just a for loop to loop through all the children inside of the grid. Yeah, do I see this? What? I do see it. If you're talking about your previous message. Oh, where'd the crates go? I deleted them, or are you talking about the duplicate crates? Let me see. I may, or like when you say, I know when I duplicate the crates, they all have the same position, so I have to move them over. Return. Or if check. If child dot position equals position, then return child. Easy. Otherwise print an error message. Out. could not find pawn at position there. The ones I were pushing. Does this still work? I can go back. Yeah. Why is this broken? Oh. That's not fair. It didn't say anything for this guy. That's... Man. Okay. Convert. Conversions. Convert to a string. Let's go. Yeah, let's look back at it. So I made an. Yeah. It seems to be when I'm instancing them inside of the scene, they are messed up. But when I go and so like when they're loaded in the scene from, they technically get loaded in the scene from over here. And when I start moving them, it actually places it on the grid where it needs to be. Before I load, they're not technically on the grid where they need to go. But once I actually check where they need to go by requesting a move of the player, then they know where to go. And it corrects itself. Yeah. But now instead what I'm gonna do is open crate. If I can do a check, if you land on a crate, or what would be considered a crate, get pawn. I can just get the pawn. If you land on a crate, I need the crate, so var crate logic equals get pawn, and then I'll pass in the target. If a crate exists there, then I'll update. Say I want to update the. I guess I don't want to update the palm position. I still feel like I want to call that signal, but I want to call it specifically on this target, or the target that I'm getting back.
Okay? It would pick that one, and it would say, go to the actual list that I copied from, remove it from it. And then it would regenerate the entire list at the start. Oh, yeah. So if I have n components, the complexity of that.
Well, I know one thing I can do.
Recursive. Plus n minus 2, plus n minus
I can
3, plus n minus 4.
I can request
This should be a linear operation, and it is
the move again
exponential.
on the crate, passing in a new, say passing in the target
It's a quadratic
plus the direction.
algorithm, but it should be linear.
Another way to do my
So I'm
recursion.
fixing that. It's also not properly deallocating things. There's floating points and pointers in memory loss. Like memory leaks
Ooh.
everywhere in Orange.
Well, I mean,
And that's not even my fault. That's just how it was when I got here.
I mean, that's just a given. You know. 'Cause, well, technically speaking,
No, there is no technically. These are memory leaks.
no, but it's not memory leak once a program shuts down. Because like, the operating system takes that program space and
I'm programming a game.
Alright, so when
I'm trying
I'll
to
just
make
allocate it,
box logic
I'll just put it
where the box moves on a
We have
grid,
memory leak.
but when the player moves, it requests that the box check if there's an empty space for it to move in. And if there is, then move it over there. But I'm coming across some problems. I might be able, well, let's see, why am I, let's say this one returns, oh, this should return also. Return where it needs to move. Well, I feel like this is doing exactly what my player's doing. I'm getting rid of the need to use signals, but it's not changing the fact that each crate is using that same script, and it would cause them all to move. That's why before, when I was printing out in the debug, I was getting all three. I should actually put that back, because that's a good indicator that I'm actually calling the code for all three, which is wrong. Moved the crate. So that, yep. Yeah, because like logically I'm going through one path. If I request to move and it's not empty, they say this might make it so that I can move all the crates with one push, or like if they're back to back, which is also not what I want, but we'll one thing at a time. So the player requests to move, he sees that it's a crate, so we go and grab the crate. Well, I should also check the type. Or rather, type's already checked. It's a crate. Grab that crate. Request move, or request that crate moves. It comes up. It goes through this. It sees that the cell is open. And then it updates that pawn's position. Returns. Which will come here and return. But let's see if it'll grab all the crates or grab one. Fingers crossed. Yep, I still have that glitchy broken. Position is nil because the pawn is null, and I don't know where to check my call stack. Yeah, oof. Big goof on me. More type checking, more type checking. So, if crate exists, request move, question mark? I'm probably making this way more complicated than I need to. I just want crates to move. Right now there's that bug. But, hey. I guess before what I had before was doing something. It was moving all the crates. So like I don't necessarily see a problem with that one. I'll come back to that. I'll keep the get pawn function for now. Let's go back and emit this. We go back to emitting globals, global events, globals, dot emit signal. So now when I emit signal, it should come up with crate move, and I pass it in the target, or I need to pass it in the direction. Yeah, I guess the problem is that all of them are listening to this. So like when this happens, all of the boxes move, when I really only need one box to move. And this broken box, they all move. When I only need one to move. And before I thought, hey, I'll just update it on the grid. But you know, whether I know, I have some relevant source code to go check. Grid-based movement. In Godot. Can you show remote tab then game run? Ah, I sure can. So like, here's global events. Here's everything in my world. Under grid, I have 2 crates and 2 players. And if I pull my game up on the side, I'll kind of put it right there. That's a good spot. I think we might be able to watch the position. Yeah, the position of one. We won't be able to watch the position of both of them. But as I move, oh, I guess the position's not updating over here. Boom. Global move. Yeah, they both have the same signal and they're both connecting to it. Or like they're connected to the same event, so I'm like emitting an event, say goodnight, Mom. And say, I'll see you later. Say, have a good night. Yeah, it's an ad. Say, I'll have to stop at 1, also at 1 a.m. Or for us on the West Coast, I'll have to stop at 10. But I think I'm coming close to what I want. So instead of having the event on as a global event, what if I put the event on the script itself? Oh, Control Z. Control Z. I'll just grab all this. And I put it on the crate itself. The crate owns this signal, so that what I can do is I can come over here, like I can grab, instead of doing that, I can grab the pawn, so get pawn, or crate. You can connect with separate signals, yeah. I hope that this is gonna do it. Get pawn and pass it in the grip position, which is the target. And now that I have that, I can say crate, you emit this signal. It's your job. Crate move. It's yours. And you pass in the direction. Ooh. And I really hope that this works. And like, I don't know if it's actually, it should move something, that's for sure. But now I'm saying it's specifically the crate that, broken. Now this is function emit signal on base, no. You didn't get the pawn? No. I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close. 7-2. I feel like I'm so close. I'm gonna. I'm gonna move this crate. I don't know why it's creating multiple crates, honestly. Other than the fact I'm probably snapping them wrong. And I should like read, like go. Well, yeah, I thought 3 errors. I thought I did. Object attempt to connect to non-existent signal crate move method 2D on move the crate. Non-existent signal. It exists, I swear. It exists on the crate. There we go.
I'm in just about the same boat. I just found the. So I found the.
Let's see.
Shader code for this stuff.
The bigger. Like. Is it gonna? Okay, it's not growing.
Exactly what.
Sometimes. Crate move. Yep. Grip position grip position is never used in the get pawn function. Oh, that would make like total sense. For one. Let's
So I figured out how that works.
Okay, 3. 3. Thanks. Thank you. I actually I found someone who also did the Rockoban game using these style of assets, and their game's a mobile game and it looks good. I hope that by the end of mine that it'll be completely different from theirs, but we'll see. Attempt to connect to non-existent signal, crate move. Maybe I named the signal wrong on crate.gd. I have. It's like it's time. It's time for me to stop, honestly. Oh, because of global events. What am I doing? It's no longer global. This might be it. I'm gonna give it like maybe 1 or 2 more runs of the game to see if it works. But after that, I have to stop. It's been a little bit over an hour since I started streaming, so broken. Non-existent function emit signal and base nil, so it couldn't find. You couldn't find the pawn, which makes me sad. Or no, yeah. Start plus direction. I swear it's there. Is it not there? Okay. This is. I said I was gonna give it like 1 or 2 more runs. But let's say 10:05. I really don't want to go over that hour limit. I just feel like I'm really close to solving what it is. It seems like it's just not. My get pawn function is not grabbing the child. It doesn't see that they are at the same position. So
Fucking what?
I have to figure out, or
I have.
yeah, I have to like figure out get pawn cell position. What if I call this Control C?
I mean, it is 3D, Wesley. This is just head on.
I didn't try anything of it.
Control B.
Yeah, and I know.
And I'll type in child dot
What was I gonna try?
position. Like I want them both to be in the same grid coordinates to compare, and I will put that there to make sure. I think yeah, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. If not this, then I'll have to come back to it another day or tomorrow at least. Oh,
that's
okay.
true. It might be
Okay. A breakpoint?
yeah, because I can parse these.
Yeah. Couldn't find it, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're
Or
probably absolutely right.
it broke at strings and vector 2. It broke here. It couldn't find it at blah 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 blah. Position, child, self. Dang it. Well, at least I know I'll get my
I'm amazed that
my error code working. I'll do. Couldn't I find?
Flat, wide cup. Because it's based off of
Is
which is wide.
is at.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make the callback function.
You know what? I can make that better. I could, but I'm not going to. Like, I have the information like, hey, it's this node, it's here, but you were checking for it here, but that's not what I want. I will get this.
Pretty sure there's a way to block it so that you
Ah,
can't resign.
Yeah, there is. There is one.
is it returning a child?
I
might just
remember.
do that.
I think
Uh,
the game for a bit before someone-
Grip position's 5-3.
I was like, this is why, and then it got
Child
out.
position is, or
And then I figured out how to like actually resign this.
did it really? Did it do the thing? Really? What's the child? It returned a child.
Oh, I did.
Deep
Did something work? Or am I messed up here?
So I made a little note card.
This one, okay, I see. Can I find pawn at position 0-0? Why is it checking 0-0? I didn't give you a blank one. Is it gonna break on this one? No. This works. I still have to figure out why it's doing multiple. But like, yeah. I'm calling it multiple times like crazy. That works. I move them separately. I did it. Okay, guys. That's it. It's been great. I'm glad you guys came and watched it. I really enjoy people like coming and saying, "This is basically it." It is basically it. But I have to go and they do my retrospective. I feel like there was a lot that I learned this time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow if you are on, and say thank you so much for watching. And now awkwardly close OBS because I don't know how to like hotkey it. Bye.
And one of my supposed to be 100. I went through it.
Uh,